Here's our Ercolina CE35. There's 6 other models of this machine. This is the smallest one. This one only has a capacity of 1.5 inch pipe and 1.5 inch angle iron by 1.5 inch. The largest one that they have is the CE100, and it's able to go up to 4-inch pipe. This one is just 220 volt. I'm not sure what the horsepower of the motor is, but it's their smallest one. This one here does have side guides for twisting of the angle or channel or structural shape that you have in there. These side guides are not designed for spiral handrails. With that, you're going to have an extra optional feature for the spiral. From here, this is just a pyramid roll. So the top roll here is just adjusted with this T-handle. It does have the double nut feature here, so you can lock those in for repeatable bends. From here, all your tooling, your dies, you do have to undo the bolts in the front and reconfigure for each structural shape that you have. So whether it's solid round or square round or angle, and we do not have the pipe tooling for this one. This right now is also mounted vertically. If you undo the bolt, you can flip this down and you can have it horizontally for when you're doing a spiral stair. It will go up, and it's just a lot simpler that way. Or if you're supporting stuff with sawhorses, sometimes it's easier to have this horizontal. Here's the roll in operation. Simple on-off switch, mushroom switch over here, and then as simple as hitting the levers. They both drive that way. The front one does not drive. Hit the other lever, foot lever, drives the other way. Very simple like that. So with this machine here, right now it's set up for the angle iron. I've adjusted the side guides there. Bring these through. It is a pyramid, so it does not bend the leading or the trailing end. So you would have to pre-bend, or you're gonna have to leave 6 inches of trim, and it'll be a flat section, and then you can just cut that off after. The maximum diameter, or I should almost say the minimum diameter that you can do on here is going to be 3 times your top roll. So this one here is 6 inch, so 18 inch minimum diameter for this one. Even that's a little tight. The angle iron here, this would be known as the easy way, with the leg out, leg faces out of center. So we're talking about center here. The hard way would be as if the leg was facing in, because there's no stretching in the material. It's starting to crush. It's very difficult to bend that way. You can bend angle this way as well, which is obviously really the easiest way to bend that. So with that, you're going to have to adjust your tooling to, if this is leg out to leg in, you're going to have to put the slot up top and make this solid down below. And then you're dealing with your side guides as well. When you're dealing with channel, this would be known as the easiest way. And if I flip this over, that would be known as the hard way, because you're really not going to get any stretching here, a lot of compression, a lot of crinkling in this leg. With here, this is easily going to stretch and it's going to form very well. So with channel here, again, this is the easy way, hard way, and this would be known as the hardest way. So the depth here, so you got lots of strength to this channel. So whether it's rolled like this or the toes facing in this way, it doesn't really matter. It's still rolling in that direction. So it's just the twisting of this channel with the side guides. So as you start to roll, is this going to head this way or is it going to head out that way? All depends on the depth or the strength of that channel. From here we got the beam. This one here will not be able to do the beam. It wouldn't be able to do the channel. It would have to be super light channel. But this here would be known as the hard way for a beam, because it's the depth. It is the strongest way. Whereas if I flipped it this way, that would be known as the easy way for a beam. And that'll go with all beams. So that's pretty much it for this machine, except for the pipe. The pipe, there is no easy way or hard way. It is always a right on center of the pipe. Let's go over and have a look at some examples over here. Here's some angle iron that I've rolled up. And this one here is done the hard way. And you can see the crinkling of that angle there versus the easy way where it's laying a lot flatter. So it stretches a lot easier this way. So if we're gonna do some math here, we're just doing a 24-inch ID. So I've just done a circle here, 24-inch ID. And for these ones here, I both had them at 40%, so closer to center. So these were both calculated for 24.8, so 40%. So this is 1-inch angle. So a 40% is gonna be 0.4. So I got 0.4 here, 0.4 here. That's where I come up with a 24.8 for this. For this one here, you can see that it came up short. So with the hard way leg in, it would have been better at probably 50% or even 60% further out, because I'm about an inch short on this one. That's just how that hard way comes out. If you take the easy way, this one here lines up almost perfect on the line. And this one was created at 40%, 24.8. And again, just times that pipe high. This one here, we divided it in half. I got 38 and 7/8 for this. I allowed 6 inches. We'll be able to cut those off. And this one worked out well. So even this one at the hard way, even calculating to 50% for the neutral axis, still wouldn't be enough. So I need to go about an inch. So I wrote down here, might not be able to see, at 50%, I'd be 39 1/4. So it's really only 3/8 more than the 38 and 7/8. So really at 60%, I'm 39 and 9/16. So I'm a little closer. So I might even have to go to 65% just to get that other inch out. A lot of people probably thinking, why does that really matter? Who cares? Just leave more trim. I'll just trim it off. Yeah, absolutely. If you're just doing a circle or a semicircle, yes, that will work just fine. But what happens if you're doing something with an S-bend? So I've seen that before in beams where they're doing an S-bend and they start to go the other way. So at that point, it's critical. So the thing is, when you're doing your bending, you really want the least amount of seams possible. And if you can do things in one piece, then it's all the better. It's quicker, faster, less welding. It's just a little bit more calculations when we're talking about the calculator here. Again, most people usually hate the calculator and they don't like to do this sort of stuff. They like to leave everything wild and then just trim. So they'll have more seams, more welds. Really what you're trying to do is eliminate as many seams as possible. So by calculating where this needs to land, it will be quicker in the long run. So that is our hard way and our easy way of bending the angle. Okay, thank you.